Well, it's my second attempt at recording this. I looked up and noticed that I was running out of space. I had to go back and delete a bunch of stuff, but I started sort of rambling on. I gotta get this done, then I gotta head off to the laundromat to basically switch out my clothes from the washer to the dryer and then get them going for about an hour of drying and then, go back in an hour and pick them up. It's Sunday and I got work tomorrow and I need to have all my clothes all dried and cleaned and all that, but washed and dried, excuse me. But anyways, man, I was in the middle of an epic ramble, um, and then I noticed, don't have that much time on the camera left. But anyways, um, it is the year's end. It's day 70 currently, as far as Nofap is concerned. And I started saying, as far as Nofap is concerned, using that sort of expression because I'm sort of, expanding out of Nofap. It's sort of like, as long as I have that down, then it's sort of like my focus shifts towards other things. Um, and as such, and I'll explain why the next thing I'm going to be talking about, why I'll be talking about it, but I've been working on my GitHub account lately, uploading code for like the Hamilton Microlab star. Eventually I want to get into Python, R, C Sharp, etc. And essentially build a portfolio of code that I can put the link in my resume, and then when I apply to um, automation or engineering positions, stuff that will give me auto manufacturing, I can just say, here, look at this link. I got these directories. Look at all my code. It's all commented on. Everything's explained. I clearly know, what I'm doing, and if you need, explanation, well, I can talk to you about this code or whatever. Because otherwise, it's very easy to get typecast into manufacturing, which I have an engineering degree, and I do stuff that's kind of related to engineering. It's in the biotech industry, and it's sort of, it's in that same vein, it's in that same direction, but it's very much being a technician and an operator, and I mean, relatively speaking, it's great. I got a job at least. I'm making some decent money. It's enough to me to be able to like pay off, debt and build towards a better financial future and things of that nature. So I'm not complaining about that, but it's sort of I got an engineering degree, I want to be an engineer sort of dilemma, and then asking how do I get into that, and then trying to find ways not to be essentially typecast or pigeonholed by hiring managers and others in the industry who will look at a person like me, a guy like me, and say, "Oh, you're a manufacturing person. Get out of here. You're not an engineer. I don't care how much experience you have. I don't care about how much education you have. You're one of those. You're one of the grunts. And get back to the floor and start operating that machine. Get back to work, sort of a thing. Don't try to get onto my team, sort of a deal." So having an actual GitHub account, obviously also socializing with or hobnobbing with folks in the automation engineering team, stuff like that I have to do. I got to go above and beyond. Eventually get certified, maybe as a service engineer, maybe as an automation, guy, like learning all the programming, actually getting, official certification from these specific companies on their systems. Hoping to do that within like the next year. That's like kind of like my starting point, self-teaching. Work is going all right. I've been doing some OT, making some extra money. I would say it was going great. I was gonna do that my last planned attempt at a update video, but had a bit of a snafu last week. Lost my badge. Came back here to look for it, couldn't find it. Missed a couple hours. Had to make those hours up. Didn't really look good for me, with my work folks. They're a bit more, by the book and that sort of deal. But, it's not the end of the world. It does happen, and I did get it corrected insofar as I got a new badge, and I'm having a different system with my badge now that I'm gonna keep it in my bag and only take it out when I'm actually at work, because I don't need it otherwise. And there's this issue of like, okay, I can accidentally take it off and then like drop it, and then, oh, where's my badge? And when it's 6:37 in the morning, like you don't need that kind of stuff going down. So, anyways, I've been paying off my student loans. I'm trying to get the first federal student loan paid off. I'm really not expecting a bailout. Whoever ends up in the White House, or in Congress, or the governor of the state, or whoever would be having the power to order all these student loans to be forgiven. I'm not expecting that. A lot of these folks they had. This is the closest I'm going to be talking about politics, but a lot of these folks they had years and years to do something about it, and it's almost like stuff has to get really super chaotic and bad for anybody to do anything. And I just said this general philosophy. It's not even just student loans, but just in general, like you gotta kind of look out for yourself. You gotta go approach life in the sense that you shouldn't be expecting that somebody's going to come along and save you. So you gotta make your decisions accordingly, do the work accordingly, and execute. So essentially, looking to pay off that first federal student loan. I've already paid off 5 out of the original 9 student loan accounts that were open when I graduated. This will be number 6. After that, there'll be 3 left, and then there's like my car loan. So again, trying to get as many of those paid off by the end of this next year. I'm currently waiting on grades for my online class, and assuming the grade is sufficient, which I went into the final with like about a A minus B plus. The quiz portion got regraded and bumped up to like an A minus, which, assuming like I get the same grades, on the video portion and the rest of them that I've been getting, that will bump me up to an A minus. But I also would have to wait for my final term, my term project grade to come out, and then that's like the last 20% of the grade. And depending on how that goes, I need to land at no further down than a B, so it has to be a B or higher, because just the requirements for grad school, and obviously bringing my GPA up and things of that nature. So assuming that's sufficient, I'll continue taking classes towards grad school, completing all these transition course requirements. My long-term plan: get out of debt, take 1 to 2 classes at a time with sufficient grades. Once out of debt, have enough cash to go to school full-time to get my master's of science in biomedical engineering in an efficient time. That's something I'm kind of like seeing, that like if I just keep working and taking classes part-time, like it's going to be some sort of never-ending sort of cycle. I guess they just turned off, but let me see if I can. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's wait for that beeping to stop. Okay. But anyways, that's like my plan. Because if I getting back to it, kind of got sidetracked. But getting back to it, if I just keep the whole working and trying to go to school deal, like it's sort of like this saying, like you can't serve 2 masters. I go either choose one or the other. And if I keep on doing that, I'll knock classes down, because it'll be like 1 or 2 classes at a time. I'll have the time and energy to focus on them and do well, but it's gonna take years and years just to get to a point of, okay, now I got my master's, and I don't want to be like 40, 45 and finally getting my master's degree. I got a limited time on this earth, just in general, even without any sort of catastrophic health problem or whatever, or problems. And I need to get stuff done, get on with life. So that's essentially my plan. Is like, once I get out of debt, sack enough cash so I can go to school full time, and hopefully I've gotten into some nice engineering positions such that I'll have the work experience to go back in engineering if I feel like that, or if I can pivot towards something else more medically related. Then we'll see what happens. That time does come to pass. But other than that, I have this whole physique/weight problem I'm dealing with. And the problem is something that I essentially caused, because I've gone through these sort of cycles where it's like I will get on this diet, specifically like the slow carb diet. Anybody knows about Tim Ferriss? Get on that, I'll lose like 15, 20, maybe even 25 pounds, and then I'll sort of plateau, and other things come up in life. I get focused on that sort of stuff, and I just go screw it, and I'll just start eating like junk food left and right and start packing on weight. Then I gain back that 20, 25 pounds, and I have this ideal weight, ideal physique I want to get to, but it's always like me sort of sabotaging myself. And a lot of it has to do with just, like becoming so like hyper focused on something like, let's say, work, education, finances, and then I end up forgetting my physical fitness or health. And it's kind of like being on this grind. And it's ironic that I say that, this grind, because like Fitzgerald Brown was talking about, the grind like the other day, and I was thinking of making a video on that, getting all philosophical on it, but he kind of beat me to it. Um, but I'd say that, I need to balance the grind. Essentially, it's sort of the struggle I have right now. Because if I let my physical health go, like, it's not going to matter. All these other things aren't going to matter, because, it's like if I'm not physically healthy, I can't work. If I can't work, then I can't pay for classes, I can't pay off my debt, I can't do all those other things. And it's sort of like the basis of things. Like I got myself to go running a few times this last week, and actually felt pretty good afterwards, because it's like I got a lot of sort of like pent up energy and anxiety, stress, pressure out of my system. Just pounding the ground and occasionally sprinting and just kind of feeling like I was running through the problems I'm facing or what have you. Um, but I need to do that. I need to get back into that. I need to figure out how to do that, essentially, because a lot of times it sort of felt like, okay, I got to deal with my finances and my education, all this stuff first, so that like if I get out of debt, get my finances straightened out, then I'll have solved that problem, and I can move on to other things in life. And part of the whole getting out of debt, settling my finances would mean creating enough passive income that, any money I'd be working to earn would be like extra money. It wouldn't be like, okay, if I don't make my hours this week or I lose this job, I'm going to be out in the street sort of situation. Because if I get to that level, then I can just focus on like, okay, let's get in the best shape of my life. Okay, let's, maximize my education. Okay, let's build something else. Build up this channel, build up other channels, whatever it is that I want to do, or some problem I feel like I need to solve or something. I can go focus on that as opposed to just going through sort of hand to mouth existence. And it could even mean helping others. Because I already helped myself, and therefore I'd be capable of doing that. Um, but yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. Um, yeah, I'm looking at it, looking at life right now, very much from the perspective of trying to be self-sufficient and, you know, trying to execute this plan I have. So, we'll see how that turns out. I may sort of wax more philosophical, if you will. My next video, I'm planning on doing one like that. I know my subscriber base is kind of fluctuating here and there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what that's all about. And how I can kind of turn that around. But yeah, I'll probably touch off a little more, deeper on some of the stuff I was kind of going into. But anyways, that's it for now. I'm now going to go and retrieve my laundry or get it transferred to the dryer, and then go about the rest of my day, and then get to bed and go to work tomorrow. So I'll see you folks around. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support, the comments, likes, all that sort of stuff, subscriptions, whatnot. Yeah, so anywho, bye-bye.